Okay, welcome everybody. Very happy to have you here. Um, on in this really exciting time because our big goal is actually our goal has been achieved. We have a vote going on. Um, we never had any goal of an outcome for this vote. We just wanted to make it possible for the community to vote finally on this super important decision. And actually, like I already said a couple of minutes ago, I'm super happy. I'm very kind of relieved of some stress and some tension that was going on over the last 12 months until we have actually reached this point. And yeah, just really happy that we got here, that we have finally the ability for our community to just raise their opinion and voice what they actually want. And so that was the main goal of this whole thing, and we achieved it. And we achieved it all together with great help from a lot of people from the community. And so that's the first amazing cool thing that I wanted to say, and I wanted to thank everybody that was involved. Didn't so said it already the last time, but I will continue saying this because this was, in my opinion, the most amazing initiative that we as a community all together have have set up or have established until now. Yeah? If you look on the time frame, how long we all did work together and how many people have been involved in this, I don't remember anything else that happened in IOTA um, involving the community for such a long time and in such an immense thing. So everybody that has been part of this in chats, in uh, this calls, in asking questions, in working on solutions, in coding stuff. Um, Absolutely community hero 2021 and 22 actually. Um, this will, yeah, this will be an initiative to be remembered also in the coming years. What has happened over the last 12 months here. So that's pretty amazing. Today, the last day before the real important action starts of counting. So I thought I'll welcome and introduce everybody again, and then I'll do a walkthrough about the most important topics and try to target some questions that I have seen over the last couple of days in social media and whatever in Telegram and here in Discord, of people that may have not followed the process so closely, and then still maybe there have been some very small confusions in some areas or something. So I thought I'll just give a broad overview again and nail out the bullet points, and then really we have enough time, and I would hope if everybody has any questions or wants to mention anything or needs some really just explanation, whatever you really want to know, and I can tell, or Greg or somebody else can tell you, we are here to give this information out. Yeah? And as always, I tend to speak a lot. If you have any questions, just speak up in the chat or use best would be the governance discussion channel, and just post a question there, and somebody can just look from time to time in the governance discussion, and then we can read out the question and answer it. Yeah. Okie dokie. So, the most important parts. What do you need to know to become a voter or to make an educated decision in your vote? Um, cur
And
yes.
Did we look?
we were just gonna say we got the belly connection thing. It had to show up at least once. So
Oh,
uh,
already. I got it already
yeah,
now.
you're back. You're back though. Yeah, you're back now.
I love it. Okay, cool. So maybe this was the only hiccup today. Um,
Yeah.
yeah. Yes. So what do you as a voter need to know to take part in this whole thing? Currently, we are in the so-called pre-vote phase. This means that the vote has been announced a week ago, and Firefly has been updated to a new version, and you have been able already to make a decision in Firefly. Yeah, so you have updated, and then you can go to the governance tab, you can read through the proposal text, and you can decide either if you use the option build or if you use the option burn. But your current decision is not yet producing any real votes that are counted. You are just raising your hand and giving a signal that says, hey, this is my opinion. I am voting for this option. But the real voting and especially counting will start tomorrow at 2 p.m. CST, where the vote moves in the so-called counting phase. And what happens in the counting phase is that from this time on, 10 days long, every 10 seconds, your tokens that you have used for the vote will create votes. And um, if you used one IOTA tokens for a vote, every 10 seconds, this one IOTA will create 1,000 votes. And the next 10 seconds, it will create the next 1,000 votes, and so on, and so on, and so on, and so on, until actually 86,400 milestones have been passed. This represents exactly 10 days of time. And so during this 86,400 milestones, every milestone that you are voting, your votes are accumulated and counted for your addresses by the nodes in our network. And this means actually the longer you vote, the more votes you will create. Or also, of course, the more tokens you use, the more votes you will create. And so that's the main important thing, is that tomorrow 2 p.m. you should have casted your vote already, because only then you will be able to create the maximum amount of votes that you can create during this 86,400 milestones. Yeah? If you miss 400 milestones, then you miss 400 times counting of your tokens for an opinion. That's the important thing. Yeah? So it's time-based build up of voting weight that is requiring you to hold your tokens or to keep voting for 10 days if you want to have the maximum influence that you can have through the tokens that you own. What else? The vote does not cost you anything. I saw a couple of people in Telegram, don't know, been confused also because we say that you are sending the tokens to yourself. So that's really the thing, is only a vote is a transaction that moves from the address where your tokens are in the moment. It's sending directly back. So you create from output, you create an input into your address again. And during this process, the only thing Firefly is doing, it is tagging your address and the tokens that sit on this address with the vote that you do. So actually it's giving your tokens a label that says build or burn. Yeah? Whatever decision you took and whatever you choose. The tokens always stay in your control. You are not sending the tokens somewhere, and so you can also every time assess your tokens. You can send them away, you can stop to vote, you are completely free to do whatever you want with those tokens, and they always stay in your control. Also, usually, actually the plan was always, but I have to say usually, voting does not interfere anything with staking. So if you are staking currently for assembly and you initiate a vote, nothing should happen to your staked tokens. But we have an edge case, and so if you have staked with the second assembly staking period that started in like 6 weeks ago, but in the meantime you had for any case to restore your Firefly wallet from your 24 words or from your stronghold profile, then if you vote, it may happen that you have to initiate the staking again. It's just really, if you have voted, just go into the staking tab and check if your staking is still active. If not, just restake and everything will be fine. You can also always add fresh tokens to the vote. So if you say next week, oh great, I got fresh money from the bank, buying more IOTAs, you want to put them into the vote, you are able to do this. The only thing is they will not count as much votes as if you do it today, because you have already then missed a couple of thousands of this 86,000 milestones, and so you cannot achieve as much votes as if you would have started directly from the start of the counting. But still, you can build up a good amount of extra votes if you use more token during this 10 days counting period. And so you also, like I said, if you are still, I don't know, currently in holiday and you are only on mobile and you are not yet able to access your tokens at home, no worries. If you come back on Sunday, you can still start on Monday, and then you will only have lost 2 days of counting, but still you will contribute with your tokens as much as possible to the results. Like I said, we start tomorrow at 2 p.m. CET to count, and the counting ends at Monday, the 13th of June, also at 2 p.m. CET. What will happen then is actually, first of all, very likely you will already see and you will already know the final result, because Firefly, from tomorrow on, Firefly will display you the global count in the governance tab. So in the place where you are voting, Firefly will display you the live results. Also in the Explorer, the tangle.org, there is already implement a live counting of the votes. So you can also check in the Explorer, but you can also check in your Firefly wallet. And so we will know a result on Monday already, but to make absolutely sure that everything is correct, the community node operators will validate those results. And so we give them 24 hours where all the node operators that have participated in the counting, because it's not only the IOTA Foundation that is counting those votes, a lot of community members have activated to also be counting and validating this vote in their Hornet.
Holger, you were basically, your voice had disconnected there for you, so we lost about, I don't know, 30 seconds.
Okay.
So
Am I back?
you're back. You're back
Okay.
now.
Okay.
So the last thing we heard is you were talking about we would know the vote.
Yes.
The night before. That's
Yeah.
what we last heard.
Okay, good. Yeah, so the community node operators, a lot of those node operators are activating the counting in their own nodes, and that's the cool thing in a DLT. Yeah, so you don't have to trust a single entity that tells you, okay, this is the final result. This is our count. No, you can validate this with your own node. So if you run a Hornet node and you want to participate in the counting, it's still possible. You can still activate no, actually you can't. If you activate it now, you're too late, because I think, yeah, because the phase for activating is too late. But a lot of community operators have activated this already, and so what they will do is they will post their result in a public GitHub repository, and so everybody will post their counts, and actually they will create a hash file of their results, and post this in a GitHub repository for the participation events, and so then we can compare. We will see very likely that all node operators will create the same hash, because they all have counted exactly the same votes. And then the day later, the IOTA Foundation will release those validated results from the community in a blog post, and then this is actually the final result, which will very likely be the result that you see already on Monday in your Firefly wallet. Also, there's no confusion, but I want again to clarify actually what the two options mean that you are able to choose. Yeah. So first of all, the amount of tokens that are to be chosen on what should be done with them is around 1.8% of the total IOTA supply. It's around 53 Ti. The reason why we cannot say the exact amount in the moment is that there are still claims that are processing. It's not much that is still, so we actually know that is very likely 53 point something, but there are still a couple of small reclaims that have to be validated and have to be decided if they are valid claims from this very old claim periods. And then of course those people will get those tokens if they have a valid claim. Um, and they issued this claim in the given time frames. Yeah? But so then once all this is finished, we will also know the exact number. The option burn would mean that the unclaimed tokens that are currently sitting in the unmigrated token pool, together with all the other unmigrated tokens from the old IOTA network, um, they will be removed from this unmigrated token pool. And this is an action that the node operators have to do. Yeah, so the node operators will have to do actually a hard fork that says that the IOTA ledger will lose those tokens, remove them from the actual total supply of IOTA, and this will be then the action that will make it absolutely clear that those tokens are not existing anymore and they are completely removed from the supply and they cannot be recreated anymore. Build would mean that the community decides to take ownership over those tokens, those 1.8%, and then the node operators would need to transfer these tokens into the control of the community. And because the community is not a single person, and so the community cannot hold a seat in a Firefly wallet, what we need is a technical solution for this. And a technical solution to hold an amount of tokens with a group of people is actually a smart contract. And this means that we would need to wait with transferring these tokens into the hand of the community until assembly goes live later this year. Because with assembly, we will have smart contract functionalities on the IOTA mainnet. And this means that once assembly is live, the node operators can transfer these tokens into the hands of a smart contract, and this smart contract can be controlled by the community via votes. And because assembly is not around the corner directly, but it will go live in 2022, means we have a couple of months time now to build the system and to build this potential DAO or smart contracts and create rules and methods for the community that defines exactly how spending out of these tokens can happen and maybe also for what they can be spent. But basically, the community is completely free to do this. Yeah, so the community can decide what should be spent of these 50 tokens for what, for projects, for marketing, for whatever exchange listings, for whatever you as community think and you as community agree on through voting can and will be done with these tokens because they are yours and nobody else will control them anymore. Yeah? And these are the two options. Any questions so far? I know I'm talking a lot, but is this kind of clear for everybody or?
Makes sense to me. Anybody got any questions?
correct. For you, it makes
No,
if it.
maybe like add one in the end. That would be if anyone is interested in operating a node, and make sure to participate in this, and
Mhm.
also help to validate. How would that look like, or more importantly, like where would one go?
Okay.
I have a node myself, but like if anyone here is interested to run a node
Yeah.
and participate to see how that goes,
Yeah. The,
maybe that could be a topic in the end or something. But
yeah.
otherwise, great job as usual.
Okay. Yeah. The only problem with that node operators now, it's actually too late to participate in the counting, because we had a period of how long? 3 days or something, when we announced last. Mm, oh, I forget everything already. We
Oh, so you
announced.
need to add the
Yeah.
event
The,
before they actually start counting.
yes.
So it's status commencing right now. So
Yeah.
you would have to add. Oh, right. Okay,
It was
gotcha.
in. It
That's
was.
great to know.
It was only possible to add the participation event in the announcement phase, because their Firefly was not allowing to vote. So actually, you will need to, with your node, needs to track the ledger from a clean state, and then since then observe the ledger and track every issued vote. Yeah. Otherwise, if you start now, you will not see the votes that have already happened 3 days ago. Because you only see new transactions that are coming.
That
It,
makes sense.
yeah. So if you haven't done it yet as a node operator, you can't join discount, but there will be more votes in the future and more things to count. And I know, I think we have like minimum 70, 80 node operators minimum already activated this participation plugin from those that I've seen in the German Telegram group, and so that's like most of the people that run nodes are also participating in the counting. One thing, maybe again, I've told this already a couple of times, but so that there are no doubts or anything, or misinterpretations about where these 50 TI tokens are coming from. Because IOTA has a long history, and we had a lot of different events happening. We had bugs, we had supply increases, we had reclaim and migration phases and all kind of thing. I mean, like, we are a little bit of dinosaur coin already 6 years live with a network. And so, but to really make sure that where this amount of tokens is coming from, there's only two events that happened in actually December 2015, and then in spring and summer 2016. Yeah? These are only two events where these tokens, which you are voting now in a moment, are coming from. First event is the so-called crowd sale. And the crowd sale, um, the founders did sell the complete IOTA supply to people that wanted to support the project and raise funding to actually develop IOTA. Yeah, this was a seed sale without anything. There was no product. There was no nothing. There was not even really code available. There was just ideas. And so the founders collected around 500,000 US dollar in December 2015. And for everybody that participated in the sale, they got actually a ticket that says, okay, once the IOTA network goes live, you can claim your IOTA tokens if you show us this receipt, and you have a specific time frame to do this claiming. And if you don't claim those tokens until a specific time is over, these tokens will be seen as donations. Yeah? And so you lose your ownership rights. And so nearly everybody did claim those IOTA tokens, but a couple of percent of those IOTA tokens have not been claimed in time. And so over the years, the old founder of IOTA had to process these reclaims of people that still came out of the dark and said, "Hey, well, I just figured out in December 2015, I gave a couple of $100 here in this in this crowd sale, I see now this is like kind of a lot of money. I want my IOTA tokens, and all those people got their IOTA tokens. Yeah, so whoever came out of the dark until July 2021, so or no June so actually 1 year ago, still got their tokens. Um, but there had to be an end. Yeah, there had to be an end to this process because actually there was also nobody fresh showing up anymore. The only reclaims that we had now processing are reclaims that are in already processing since a long time because there have been some legal stuff and proof issues and whatever. I'm not involved in this process, I just can tell you this. Yeah. So this is the one portion of the tokens. And then we had in summer 2016, also before IOTA was traded on any exchange or something, IOTA was only existing in a network of nodes of community members and engineers. They decided to change the IOTA supply because IOTA started with a supply of 999 billion, and but you know there was this ternary thing going on, and it sounded really great for them to increase the supply to what we have in the moment. And today this 2,799,000,000 whatever amount of tokens. So actually for one old IOTA token you could claim 2.779 new IOTA tokens. And also there was a time frame given um, when this claim period and migration to a new network should happen. And again, a couple of people missed to follow this process and have been searched since then and given the opportunity to claim those tokens in the new supply, but also they never did it. And so these are the two actions where the two events where those tokens are coming from. And that's the only two events where the tokens are coming from, not from the curl, not from the MBAC, not from the curl signature scheme transition, and anything else. I know in the very early blog posts that we released last year, we talked about this, but it was actually also for not really clear there, but it's really clear now and clarified that only reclaims or unclaimed tokens from these periods are part of this vote. Okay. What else? If you not have upgraded Firefly, go to firefly.org or just follow the link in your Firefly wallet, update your Firefly wallet, and vote today. Do it now. Download, click two buttons. It's super, super easy. You will find a tutorial and everything on our community website, iotatreasury.org, where you also have an FAQ and everything that I have explained you in the moment. You will get explained there again, and you can read up. So this is what you need to do. And yeah, so if there are questions now, please just ask them. Would be great. Come on, my friends. Say something. If there are no questions, then what else shall we do with our time, my friend? Yeah.
Well,
what to do? So
anybody got any questions about the wallet or the newest updates or how that might affect this?
Yeah.
For those that, for those of you that weren't here when we had a pre-chat, I was asking. We had two announcements, right? We had one from Charlie saying there's a 1.61 release of Firefly, and so far, so that's a new update. Doesn't seem to affect anything. I mean, it's just fine tuning. And then there was an announcement on Stronghold, and that's another thing that doesn't appear that like we do anything with that. So
no, Stronghold is really just for the builders in the moment and for the backend libraries. Also, I think the new Firefly version is not yet using the last Stronghold update, but I'm not sure. Don't count me. Don't bite me on that. But yeah, it's a great step. Actually, it's a Stronghold 0.5 release now. This is actually a release candidate for Stronghold 1.0, which will then be the final production release of Stronghold, and then also production release for a lot of other applications that then can use Stronghold. And we'll have another audit for Stronghold going on to, I think there was already an audit of this version. And so actually, if this is now working well in production, then Stronghold will be kind of bulletproof and finalized and usable for all kind of applications on IOTA. So, but that's the two things that we have in the moment. Yeah, like I said, it's your chance to ask questions about the vote or whatever. Yeah, I'm here. So if you want to know anything and it is not breaching any NDA status from my side, I'll try to answer.
So the big thing is so the final date is the 13th, and it'll be. When did we say we're going to announce it? The final decision
On the 14th.
How long will
so
we have?
one day later.
Okay.
Yeah. So 13th is Monday, and Tuesday we will. I mean, like I said, you all will see the final results already in Firefly. So, if there is,
Yeah, we'll have a good idea.
yeah, if there is a similar count than it is now, then there will. But if it would be very 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 tight and it's just a couple of thousand votes or something, then of course we will have to make absolutely sure that, and I have to double check and triple check everything. So yeah, but we will do this. There's actually nothing to worry about this. It's a DLT. You can't fake stuff here, so those results are there. And if you want to see the current count, or if you want to know in the moment, the count says that we have actually I have a sheet. Where is it? The count is that we have 83.35% of the current casted votes are voting for build, and 16.65% are voting for burn. And we have already a participation, so that tokens that have already voted, of 15.2%. That's actually quite good. If you see that around 40% of the supply are sitting on exchanges, and so we only have actually 60% in the hand of token holders in Firefly. We are already somewhere in 25% participation, which is actually really really good for a governance vote, which usually governance has quite lower participation in a lot of other protocols. But I think that's the cool thing that I mean, voting doesn't cost anything. It's free. So yeah, that's the thing. You can see the current results in thetangle.org. They have a voting tab in the Explorer where you can check how it is. And like I said, tomorrow in your Firefly wallet, you will also see the live counting of all votes that are in the tangle. Good. I think if there are no questions or anybody has to mention anything, we can keep it short today. And as I said, I have recorded everything here. So if you missed the beginning, I will upload this recording to our YouTube channel, and I'll post it here in the Discord, and also I'll post it on Twitter so you can find it. We have the link to our YouTube channel is in the pinned messages of the governance channel, governance discussion. We have all the meeting recordings of the last 12 months that we actually had recorded are there in the YouTube playlist. So if you feel very boring and you have nothing else to do the next 6 or 7 days, you can watch a couple of dozen hours of recordings of our meetings. But I'll upload the latest one also there in the next couple of hours. Okay, so we are all fine. No more questions.
Sounds good to me.
No more additions. nobody wants to know any NDA stuff. What's going on with you guys? Kind of like it's like crypto. I mean, like I could tell you so, but no, I don't. I could, but I could. No.
Yeah, you already told us you couldn't. That's why.
That's yeah. I mean, you should, but like I said, there's a interesting meeting happening in the moment with the X teams, but yeah, if you're not in, then you're not in. But things are moving. Things are moving in the right direction. Don't worry, you will get to know it early enough. I mean, we had some great announcements with Stardust this week already. So I hope you got time to read the very, very excellent long blog post of Levente. And there's so much cool stuff coming up over the next couple of weeks and months. So happy voting to everybody of you. Whatever you choose, just go out and vote. Yeah, doesn't matter in the end. But parties.
I say Bill. You can't say anything.
I
But I say
can't
go
vote.
for build.
I can't.
Go for build.
I can't officially confirm this because I try to stay as neutral as possible. But I think everybody of you knows what I personally have voted. So yeah, make a good choice, and from tomorrow on we see the live counting. Then you can sit in front of your Firefly wallet and you see actually the numbers go up. Same like staking. It's similar interesting. You see stuff happening and you see votes accumulating for yourself and the others. And so in 10 days we will know where we are, and then actually we will know what we have to do next. So we'll have another meeting again on next Thursday. And also we have a couple of DAO Pioneer meetings going on in the moment. So if you are interested in DAO topics, and you can join us in our Americas meeting. That is, Greg, which time? I don't know. 9?
It's 6 p.m. 6 p.m. Pacific time.
6 p.m. Pacific. Yeah, and
now we're doing that tonight, right? So
yes.
Or it's your morning, our evening.
Yeah, and Antonio is hosting the DAO Pioneer workshop for the European time zone at 9 p.m. CEST, so 9 p.m. Berlin time. Here in the Discord, there's also some DAO stuff happening, so you can also are all invited to join these meetings also. Until then, thanks a lot. It was really nice to have you all here again, and see you around latest next week. Okay?
All right.
Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.